Let me move to NG. NG is another big company with assets globally, but certainly also quite a bit of things that you've done in Africa also across the infrastructure subsectors. So same question to you, really, to reflect on how we can actually increase the volume of projects here on the continent, infrastructure project, which could actually be financed. There's quite a bit of money which is available to finance those projects, but the pipeline of bankable project is limited. What is your experience, Gaz of France or NG, regarding how to actually to increase that pipeline of bankable project?
Thank you, Alain, and good afternoon to all of you. Very happy to share this moment with you. I am Bruno Bensasson. I am the CEO for NG for Africa. NG was formerly named GDF Suez. We have 100,000 megawatts of power operated around the globe and 3,000 megawatts operated in Africa. Historically more in South Africa, this country, and Northern Africa, but we have many developments in the heart of sub-Saharan Africa, from Kenya to Senegal, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, and many others. To answer your question, Alain, I would say first that for me there is really two different topics. One is those new decentralized solutions for rural Africa, which is important when you have in mind the level of energy access in the 30–40% for sub-Saharan Africa. So that's one topic, which is perhaps not yet totally profitable, but close to profitability and scalability, and I think that could change a lot for those areas. And then you have the centralized solutions connected to a national grid. And there might be two sets of solutions for those two kind of technologies. Of course, I agree with Eddie. Every country has to find its own way, and there is no one way. I'm not sure we have to go on other continents to find good solutions, because we see good solutions that have developed in this continent, like in South Africa, like in Morocco. A question that we can have as foreign investors is why those good regulations do not spread quicker across the continent, when they would be certainly at the benefit of the population and of the business. So that's a question we have. We don't have the answer, but certainly that would help. We see that when there is good regulation, Africa can get amongst the best price of the world. If you take, I believe, 28 euro or dollar per megawatt hour in Morocco, that remains a world record. How does that come? Again, every country has to find its own recipe. I would not say Europe had great recipes. We have done some errors too. There were too high feed-in tariffs, which are now burdening on the customers. But if you look at a basic recipe, there you would find certainly a master plan. And that's very much a sovereign decision, what kind of master plan you want, what is the room for centralized, decentralized solutions, the relation with your neighbors, the kind of energy mix you want. But you will find certainly a need for reliable power and competitive power, that's obvious. After a master plan, we see some countries that go for tenders, more or less formal, but certainly formal tenders allow to have good prices. And indeed, as Eddie said, preferably in the absence of any corruption and good transparency. That helps also for good prices. Then, what is very important for foreign investors is not so much to find the cash to finance upfront the investment. I would say that this upfront cash is quite easy to find if and only if you have what I would say the long-term cash, the profitability of your investment. And that's where there is the big question of who pays on the long term for power. Is it the state? Is it the customers? Is it the household? Is it the business? There are many options, but someone has to pay. And the more visibility you have on that, the lower will be the cost of capital, the more you will have some investment and the more you will have growth. So for me, that's really a cornerstone that often comes with the solidity, the financial solidity of the off-taker, which is usually a public power company. There can be different solutions, but there must be someone, and that cannot be only donations and crazy financial foreign investors. So that's, I think, the rule that we can see for good recipe. And again, no need to go across the ocean. There are very good regulation on this continent. Every country has to find its own way.
Thank you, Bruno.
Doing business in Africa, you can't afford to be without Africa Investor.